All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Sales Boomerang University. I'm glad you've enrolled. I'm excited to go through today. We are right at the top of the hour, and we're very respectful of your time. Why don't we jump into this and get rocking and rolling? By the way, feel free to use the chat. I know people are jumping in right now. Feel free to use the chat. Let us know that it works. Type in where you're tuning in from. If you've got questions, if you've ever been on a training of mine, I'll do my best to monitor those as I'm going through. I've also got my good friend and cohort, Richard Grieser. He'll be moderating some of the chat. But if there's any questions you have, please drop them in. We'll do our best to get to them. And then certainly at the end, I'll stick around for a little bit. But I want to take the next 30 minutes and really jam through some awesome, important information that I think is going to be both valuable, helpful, and hopefully even inspirational to you. So welcome, everyone. Hey, Denise, welcome. Thanks so much for jumping in from Missouri. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. I'm going to turn off my my video so you don't have to see my mug this whole way through. So let's get rolling. So today's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be interesting. You're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna talk about 3 strategies on how to convert turn downs to touchdowns. And so these 3 strategies, again, are really gonna put you in a great position to either learn about your credit improvement alerts, or just to learn about some strategies around turn downs in general and what happens when your customers and your borrowers have credit improvements. Okay, so did you know that poor credit is responsible for almost 40% of all mortgage related turn downs? Now, we're all here today because we're all struggling with the fact that, up to 30% of your turn downs, they're going to fix their credit within 12 months. And then they're going to go to a competitor for a loan, right? I don't think that should be happening. And so what are we going to do about it? Okay. So my name is Pablo Troncoso. I'm the director of training here at Sales Boomerang. You may have met me through a training that we do, with your team. Maybe we've done a strategy session together. And so I'm excited to kind of go in and really peel back some of the layers of this onion, so we can help you kind of get to the bottom of this problem, right? Because that's not good. So what's the solution? Here's a solution. The clear and simple solution is the credit improvement alerts, right? We're going to go through how to recapture credit turndowns, and even upgrade those once dead deals, making your loan officers the hero with every opportunity, right? What's a credit improvement alert? Again, if you're either brand new to Sales Boomerang or you're just checking us out from the outside, but again, the majority of you are partners, clients of ours. You get a chance to be alerted and contact your borrower the moment that their credit score improves, where in the past they were a turn down. Okay, loving the test. All right, let's do this. So in the current model, guys, if you're not going to take advantage of these strategies, here's kind of what it looks like today, right? You acquire a lead. And from that lead, you get 0 deals, right? We know that that's going to happen because you're not going to convert every single lead that you purchase. But you acquire a lead and then you get 0 deals, right? But then your competition gets 3+ deals, right? Your competition is getting 3+ deals. So, back in 2010, you might have credit denied a client. So that was a turn down. Well, that client, again, 12 months later, went and fixed their credit, did a loan with Acme lenders, bought their first home. Then a couple of years later, they improved their credit some more with Spaceship Mortgage, found them online, and did a refi. Then about 7 years later, the borrower sold that first home and bought their next home, right? So they did 3 transactions. You lost the one, you turned them down the one time, and then you ended up losing 3 deals. That's just one. So that's the current model, guys. In this model, I really believe this, right? And as somebody that's been in the business as a branch manager, as a business development director, as a top producing LO, you should get all of the deals, right? You should turn them down, right? Appropriately so, but then you should be able to nurture them and get 3+ deals, right? You should get all of the deals. So not Acme, not Spaceship, not XYZ Mortgage. You should get all of these. In this case, they would amount to about a 1.25 million in volume, just over that 10-year period. All right. So what does that look like, right? I mean, how awesome would it be if you can boost your units, if you can boost your volume, if you can boost your ROI? Obviously, you're going to decrease your cost of acquisition. And what's just as important is, guys, imagine a team of loan officers that have a paradigm shift when it comes to turndowns. And I just imagine them sitting there with their phone on their headset, talking to their clients, not wondering if they'll be the hero for their prospect, but when. Okay. And just imagine when your borrowers just embrace your loan officers, right? Even willing to pay a little bit more than the competition, because your loan officers followed through and showed up when it mattered most, right? Man, I used to love hearing things like, boy, am I glad I stuck with you, you know? And these days they're saying things like, I would hug you if I could, right? Zoom doesn't give us the opportunity to do that, but you can feel that through any call. So let's give the yellow an opportunity to be a hero with previous turndowns, right? So let's go through that, right? Let's go through these 3 strategies on how to convert turndowns to touchdowns. And there's really kind of one thing, again, one theme I want you to remember. Every turndown, guys, every turndown deserves a hero, right? There should be no dead deals because of credit turndown. So strategy number one, is this turndowns to touchdowns? What am I talking about when I say that, right? I know it's maybe a little bit catchy, and I'm not the most creative person, but really here's what happens, okay? The first strategy is we need to shift our approach as lenders, as loan officers, to all turndowns, to every turndown that we talk to, right? And by the way, if you're an executive, if you're a branch manager, if you're a sales director, if you're the loan officer, right, at any level, you're going to get something out of today. You're going to get something out of today. And again, I've been in the trenches at multiple levels. And so I really hope that this sticks. So this works for everyone. This first strategy is going to work for everyone. So not just everyone at every level. It's going to work for everyone if you're using credit improvement alerts, right? The alerts that let you know when someone has credit that's improved to where you can help them, right? It can work for you. It can work for you if you have them and haven't been using them correctly. It can work for you if you don't have credit improvement alerts. This very first strategy. I know you're probably wondering, well, what's that all about? I'm going to show you that. And then also, if you are not with Sales Boomerang, I know there's some people, maybe you got an access pass to check out today's training. This can work. This strategy can work for you, even if you're not utilizing Sales Boomerang. So literally, this is a gem that I'm giving everyone. Okay. So let's talk about the scripting. What do I mean by turning turndowns to touchdowns? So I'm talking about shifting our approach to all turndowns. So before we even get into responding to alert, that's going to be later. Before we even getting to responding to an alert, let's get back into the kind of the current day turndown scenario. And again, I was in the business, so I understand, right? We have a turndown. We found out that somebody isn't creditworthy. Now I got to call them up, turn them down, and then I essentially go and move on to the next person. So those phone calls literally sounded something like this, right? I'm going to use my cohort Richard here as that person that I'm turning down. Say, hey, Richard, you're actually one of my bosses. You say to give good news fast and bad news faster, right? So I'd call Richard up and I would say, hey, Richard, listen, man, we've had a discussion around why we can't help you today. You understand why. I know you're doing everything you can, but do me a favor, call me when things change. I'll be here, when you're ready. That was essentially it, right? It was almost like give him the bad news and tell him to call me when he's ready. And the truth is that those people wouldn't call you. Those people would never call you back. And like I said, right, 30% of those people would go fix their credit. Richard would go and fix his credit, get it taken care of within 12 months. And then he would do a loan, but it wouldn't be with me. So what I want to do is I want to flip that script, guys. I want to flip that script. It's not all call you, right? Or I'm sorry, it's not call me when things are improved. It's listen, Richard, do me a favor. I've got good news. Don't call me. It's not the end of the road. I'm here for you. Don't call me. I'm actually going to call you. I've got an incredible team. I've got an incredible system. And, typically any loan officer, when they're giving you this information, they're just going to kind of brush you off. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that we nurture you, we take care of this, and that when things improve, if it's okay with you, I'm going to reach out to you. Okay. I'm going to reach out to you and let you know, when we've got that good news for you that I can help you. Okay. Richard's smart. So he's going to say, yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. I'm kind of bummed out, but I'd love to. So, and by the way, guys, we have scripts for all of these. Don't worry about that. We're going to get that to you. I want to give you another bonus tip though. Okay. Another bonus tip is I want you, and if you share this with your loan officers, your team, tell them to do this, because you might not talk to this person that has a credit improvement in, for another 3 months, for another, 12 months, for maybe 18 months. It might be a long time. So here's what I would say. And I've used this with multiple, teams and thousands of loan officers, and they love this. I say, listen, Richard, do me a favor before we jump off the phone, right? Because I might not talk to you, in 3 months or a year, but I don't want you to forget who I am. So do me a favor, Richard, save my name and number in your phone as Pablo Mortgage. Program me in your phone, right? Because right now I might be in your phone as just a phone number, but just program me. Can you do that for me? Just write Pablo and then, last name Mortgage. Okay, great. Now, when I call you or when I text you, make sure you promise you can answer my call or respond to my text, right? Yes. Fantastic. All right. So guys, every turn down deserves a hero. Let's not forget that. Every turn down deserves a hero. And and the reason at the beginning I said this works for everyone. I don't care if you're using Sales Boomerang alerts or if you're using credit improvement alerts or not. If you start telling your customers today, if you start telling them today that I'm going to be in touch when things improve, right? Now, all of a sudden, they are looking for you to call them back, right? Now, you might want to put a solution into place, right? For those of you that are using credit turndowns, great credit improvements, great. This is a great strategy, again, to set that table, right? But we're not talking about the actual alert. This is the pre, and this works for anyone. Okay. So make sure that you're positioning yourself to turn people down, but telling them that I'm the one that's going to be in touch with you. Okay. The second strategy. So we got the first one, that's setting the table and letting people know that, hey, in the future, when I'm in touch, it's because I've got good news. So be on the lookout for my contact. Right? Trust me, they will save your name and number because they don't want to talk to anyone else. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even give you that tidbit. Tell them if someone else calls and says that they can help you, that they can offer a loan. If someone else calls you, Richard, and says they've got good news, they can get you. Tell them you've got a friend in a business. Literally shoo that fly away. You got to. All right. I know they're getting hit Richard's getting hit in multiple different directions on people approaching him, but let him know and believe that you are here to help him and that you're the source. You're the source for his relief. All right. So the second strategy is the actual alert approach. All right. So this is where the rubber meets the road. Right. And the approach to this is you need to serve your customers and deliver the good news. That's the strategy for when you receive a credit improvement alert. Right. So, for example, let me come over here. Right. I would go into my alerts. And again, this is just the dashboard for Sales Boomerang LOs. Right. Some of you receive them this way via email. Others receive it right into their CRM. But for the purposes of this illustration, just want to focus on here. Right. So let's say here are my credit improvement alerts. I'm looking at the year to date. You guys can obviously change at whatever view you want. But let's say I have Herman Stone here. Right. And Herman's got his credit improved between 640 and 679. I call that. I click on that and I can see all of his information right in here. This is fantastic. By the way, guys, this is dummy data. But the first thing I would do in the morning is I would check my alerts. I would walk in, I'd check my alerts and I'd say, oh, wow, okay, I've got these. You're not going to have 43. Don't freak out as a loan officer. You'll probably have anywhere from, 1 to 2 or 3 at most, depending on how big your database is, or how many are assigned to you on that particular day. But I would just click on that, and then now I know I got to call Herman. Well, what am I going to tell Herman? What am I going to tell Herman? Because his credit score is now improved to between 640 and 679, right? And by the way, guys, for those of you that don't know or don't recall, the minimum criteria is set by your company to what that minimum credit score needs to be, right? So if you say your minimum was 640, well, you're not going to receive an alert unless it says 640, right? And you get them based on a tier. So tier 4 is between 640 and 679, right? You would only, if it was lower than that, you just wouldn't get an alert, period. Okay. So I got that alert, and now I got to call him, right? So I got his contact information right there. Well, what do I say? Let's go back to this. What do I say? Again, guys, this is where the rubber meets the road. You have these credit improvement alerts. You know that somebody literally within the last day or so has now got that improvement on their credit. Guess what? I'm going to call them up. I'm going to acknowledge them, right? I'm going to let Richard know. Say, hey, Richard, man, last night, you know, I know it's been a while since we spoke. Of course, he's going to see Pablo Mortgage pop up on the phone. And I'm going to say, hey, listen, I know it's been a while since we spoke, man. I really appreciate you hanging in there for me and with me. But you might recall, right? Last time we talked, I said I'd call and give you some good news, right? Richard might recall. He might respond and say, yeah, man, absolutely, or, you know, whatever. But the bottom line is, I would say, listen, the good news is that, you know, just like I mentioned, I would call you the day that happens, and today's that day, right? We've got good news for you. And then I would immediately, so here's the thing, guys, sometimes in sales, and obviously you can tell I probably have a sales background. In sales, the mistake that we make is that we would say something like, hey, I've got good news today. You know, today your credit is improved. And then we pause and we wait for you to respond to that. The problem is that it almost sounds like you're telling them, hey, you got to like make a decision to work with me now. And that becomes almost all of a sudden, it becomes very salesy. And I know no one likes to sound salesy, and no one likes to deal with somebody who sounds very salesy. So what I do is I don't give an out. What I do is I take the conversation down a value path. And all I say is, listen, Richard, so again, it's been about 8 months, man. Catch me up. What's been going on? Right. So it's almost like, hey, man, I got good news. I just wanted to bring this over, take a look. And now, hey, can we sit down? Tell me what's been going on since we last spoke. Catch me up on what's been happening. And right then and there, I turned it over to Richard. I want to hear about what's going on in his life, in his world. Is he in a position where, you know, he's still looking to purchase or looking to, you know, it might have been a refi turn down, looking to still save money, what have you, right? Or maybe he's looking to move. Maybe he did buy and did, you know, and now he's looking to move again. But bottom line is that now all of a sudden your LOs can show up for your past turn down because they deserve to be, you know, they deserve a hero, right? Your loan officers can be that hero for every single turn down. And so the approach, remember with this, is you just want to, you know, show up, serve your customers, and deliver that good news, right? So that's the second approach. Okay. I know we got about 10 minutes. Keep my eye on the clock here. And then the last strategy, guys, the last strategy, rating your current borrowers. I love this. I love this. This is an underutilized strategy. This is an underutilized strategy with Sales Boomerang when it comes to the credit improvement alerts. A lot of times you just think of the turn downs. Well, what about your current borrowers? What about your current customers, right? Here's something that you're not thinking. So, and by the way, this is going to work for everyone as well. Okay, this is going to work for every type of customer, every type of you know, mortgage position, right? From whether you're using Sales Boomerang, using credit improvement alerts or not, you can schedule your future loan conversations. What do I mean by that? Okay, this works for everyone. Imagine this: your customers that are going to closing today, or they went to closing last week. Okay, you can call them up before they close and just say, hey, listen, Richard, man, I'm so glad that we're finally getting to the finish line here. You're settling this Friday. But real quick, I wanted to give you a call and just let you know, because I know you're going to be busy that day trying to get everything together to get your closing. Here's what I wanted to do. I want to schedule a settlement, or I'm sorry, that's already scheduled. I want to schedule an annual review. Okay, you might be thinking, oh, it's way too early. No, listen, we need to schedule it now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, either myself or my assistant, we're going to send you an invite for a year out from now, right? 12 months from now. We just do an annual review. Trust me, it'll be a 10-15-minute call. We'll just do a quick check-in, and trust me, you'll be able to sleep better at night knowing you're still in the right loan. Okay. If for some reason something comes up, if for some reason there's any kind of notification that my team or my system lets me know about, and we need to talk, I'm going to call you. Okay. If it's before that day, I'm going to get in touch with you. Okay. So again, I would do the same thing. I'll say, listen, Richard, this has been great. Do me, if you don't already have it saved, save my name and number as Pablo Mortgage. And again, I'll be in touch in a year from today, right? On the June 19th of next year. And if for some reason I get in touch with you before that, promise me that you'll answer my call or that you'll respond to my text, right? And so Richard, of course, will say, yeah, absolutely. Great, man. Congratulations, man. I can't wait to hear some stories about, everything in your new home. Fantastic. So now what Richard doesn't realize, what I did was I've set myself up to be able to reach out to Richard when I know as a lender, when this upgrade approach, this upgrade opportunity can take place. What do I mean by that? Right? The upgrade opportunity means now, as a lender, I can set a second tier. I can set a second tier credit filter, so that let's say my minimum was 640 for my consumers, my past turndowns, but I can set one at 680 or even 700, right? And once any one of my past borrowers hits that minimum, where before they were below that, now I know I can them to that better loan possibility, right? So the way I would do that is, again, just keep using that check-in approach, right? And when if you do get alerted of a credit improvement for a past borrower, right? We're not talking about turndowns anymore. This might have been somebody who was turned down, but now you got them a loan, and now you can actually get them a better loan. You're calling and you're giving them the good news, right? And man, the good news is so much easier to deliver when you have had these previous setup conversations, right? So Richard, last time we spoke, man, I know we weren't due for an annual review until, for another 4 months. But last time we spoke, I said I'd inform you of any updates, right, or anything. And I've got an incredible team. And the good news is that last time I wasn't able to get you that loan, that tier 1 loan, and because of credit, whatever's been going on, it looks like we can qualify you, right? You'll get a letter in the mail. It's called an FOC letter. Actually, they don't even need to know that's an FOC. You need to know that. But you'll get, you should have received a letter in the mail, or it's coming. And by the way, I just running some quick numbers, I could probably save you another $250 that would help you, put that money towards your kids' college fund that you were talking about, right? Last time we spoke. So what would I do? Man, this is an excellent opportunity to set up an additional second tier credit improvement as opposed to just the one. But again, if you look at the strategy, guys, the first strategy was I have that turn down conversation up front. Right. So everyone that I'm turning down, guys, even if you turned somebody down a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I would challenge your entire team to go back, call those turn downs and say exactly what I said. Right. Hey, listen, here's what's going to happen. Most loans down and they're going to turn you away and tell you to call them back when something improves. Here's what I'm doing. I'm saying, I'm sorry, we can't help you today, but I'm going to make sure that when my team lets me know that we're ready to do something, you're going to be the first person that I reach out to. Are you okay with that? Absolutely. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you called me back. Fantastic. Great. Now you've just put yourself in that scenario. The second one is when you do get that alert, you're going to call them up. You're going to let them know that, hey, today's that day that you've got good news. And you might even say, well, Pablo, what if I didn't get to tell them that I was going to be in touch and all this, the previous script that you told me? What if I didn't get a chance to tell them? Well, that's why in that script, I say, our last time we spoke, I may have mentioned that I would be in touch when you're, when you were credit qualified, or when we can actually help you. Right. And if they don't want to hear about it, hey, you know what? We can't serve everyone, as much as we want, as much as we try. But the ones that are ready to hear, that want to hear from you, that had a great conversation with you, they're going to be open. And then, of course, lastly, once we get people qualified and into loans, let's make sure that we let them know of future updates, right? Maybe we didn't turn them down, credit deny them, but maybe we program denied them. We couldn't get them the program we wanted, or that they really wanted, but we can get it for them now, right? And so that's where this upgrade approach really comes in. Guys, every turn down deserves a hero. And again, the clear and simple solution, guys, is credit improvement alerts. Right on the screen here, it says 2.68% alert rate. This is across our company, with all of our customers. We've got 100 plus lenders, 25,000 plus loan officers. 2.68% of your database is what equals into on average is what equals what comes out to be your ratio of credit improvement alerts, right? So 30 for, call it 26 alerts for every thousand records you have. 26 alerts every single month. Okay. And so remember, 30% of those, if they're going to go and fix their credit in the next 12 months, or they would have gone and gotten their credit fixed somewhere else, or fixed and done a loan somewhere else. But now you have an opportunity to capture all of those deals. Guys, every turn down deserves their own hero. So, why not you? Why not your loan officers? I'm going to open it up for questions, but here are the next steps. Email your sales boomerang customer success manager to discuss your strategy, right? So if you're currently a sales boomerang customer partner, reach out to your CSM. Let him or her know, hey, I want to learn more about what Pablo was talking about. I'll make sure to equip them with scripts if you don't already have that, to send those out to you. Please make sure to send them a note and let them know. Also be out on the lookout. We'll have a follow-up email in case you forget, or you're watching this as a replay. And then for anyone that might be peeking in and, to get a glimpse of what Sales Boomerang is, what are some of the strategies that we implement that really can help you convert and retain your business better than anyone else, just schedule a strategy session. Go to salesboomerang.com. I'm going to open it up here. I want to see if Richard had any notes for me. I'm actually going to share my screen, stop my share. Richard, how we doing? Thank you for dropping that note in there.
Yeah, that was great, Pablo. Thanks a lot. We don't have any questions yet.
Right on.
Everybody, Pablo is here. He is here to answer your questions, and I would love to hear some audience participation.
Yeah, and listen, today was really just about a training to get you equipped, to make sure you're using these strategies, to go grab your sales team, bring them to the room, or grab them in a Zoom room and say, guys, this is a strategy we need to do. Reach out every turn down you have, every turn down you've talked to within the last 30 days, reach back out to them, because in potentially 12 months, their credit's going to improve. Reach back out to them and tell them you're going to be in touch with them when things improve, right? This isn't a, hey, I'm sorry, we can't help you. We'll be in touch in the future. No, I want to help you, right? I don't care less because we can't help you today. I actually care more because I know we can help you. And so it's not a matter of if, but when. Okay, so that's the first thing. Number two, when you get those email alerts, those credit improvement alerts, reach out to them and give them that good news today. They need to know that. That's what you're here for. You're their hero. And then lastly, those improvements. When I want to know when I have a better credit score and I can actually qualify for a better program than I'm in, I want to know. Everyone wants to know when they qualify for something better than what they have. And that's a great way to do that. So again, reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you.